right, Tracee Ellis Ross was on Michelle Obama podcast, and she got with her brother. I mean, everybody want to be a podcaster. She talks about being Joan from Girlfriends. That's what she turned into. I know people that personally met her and said she's just not a good person to be around. And just so happy you choose your career over being a submissive woman. But let's let her cook.
And as much as grief does surface for me around not having children and not having a partner, I still wouldn't want the wrong partner.
That's a great point for people to hear.
Yes. I'm not interested in that. You have to make my life better. It can't just be, I'm in a relationship to be in a relationship. So even though the grief does emerge and that comes and I hold that, I think of what I've done. And I woke up every morning trying to do my best. I didn't wake up one morning and be like, I'm going to mess this day up.
That's right.
So I must be where I'm supposed to be. And I don't know. Sometimes I think of all of the things I've done, the courage that I've had to have and what I've had to learn how to navigate as a single person with no one to hide behind.
Yeah.
And it's built a really beautiful experience around me. And I have incredible friends. And as much as grief does surface, the reasons though because I had to ask myself that question. I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize I have no interest in it. And I will. The reasons though because I had to ask myself that question. I was like, what is this? I'll not do it again.
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, so it's a generational thing. So it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you're meeting?
That's obviously
too big of a generalization.
It's a generalization, but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with homosexuality. I mean, something as basic as that. That there's times where I'll be sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
Yeah, what century are you?
Like, oh my God.
Where's your horse and buggy?
Yeah, like, I'm so sorry.
And your bedpan.
Yeah, for real.
Chamber pot.
Yeah, your chamber pot. Your chamber pot. Like, where I'm just like, yeah, this is not a match. And I have long been past the age where I feel like it's my job to teach somebody or grow them up.
Yeah.
That I'm not interested in. So, but it's interesting. I mean, there's so many different philosophies on dating, and I have not do it again.
I'm sorry.
No,
Craig.
I was going to say,
come up with mine. I have come up with what works for me and what makes sense for me and what feels safe for me.
Yep.
I mean, like, I'm not on dating apps. I have friends that have great success with dating apps, but that's just not something I'm comfortable with.
So you're meeting folks in the wild then?
That's the only way for me. Or someone sets me up, or I meet them at an event. I meet someone. It's usually people that also have a level of recognition that they have as much to lose as me to a certain extent. I don't know. I mean, I haven't had great luck lately, but I do have to say I'm moving up on what it is that I'm looking for as a match. Come up with mine. I have come up with what works for me and what.
She is cooked. Her talking even sounds like a lot to deal with. See, and it was a part of this where she said she didn't want to date older men anymore. And I wanted to cut into it. I let her continue on, babble about nothing, and you could tell that she the problem. You don't want to date older men because they stuck in some type of toxic masculinity. But in the next breath, you say that you don't have time to teach a man. So how are you going to date a younger man if you don't have time to teach a man? You kind of see some of the stupid statements they say first. I don't want to deal with men my age because they have toxic masculinity. Look here, you just wasn't bred to be a wife. And that's okay. You just not meant to be a wife. You know, oh, he has a problem with homosexual. That's where he stands at on it. If he doesn't with all the homosexuality type stuff, like that's his opinion. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's a gender fluidity, and most real masculine men who got their stuff together, they not with that bullshit, man. They need to just bump coochies with each other, or in my opinion, a lot of these women just need to come out and say it, man, because a lot of them sleep with guys that's bad on both sides of the plate. They hit with a lot of switch hitters. That's what you want. You want these gender fluid, metrosexual, sometimes homosexual, sometimes heterosexual dudes. That could be a gay bestie, but can stroke you in the bed. We know y'all sleeping with them dudes regardless. The jig's been up. The jig's been up. So you see what they're looking for, something that doesn't exist. Oh, I feel like a prize, or I feel like a possession, or I feel like being controlled. Under the marriage law, you are a man's possessions. So, you know, if y'all don't like being a man's possession, let's change the marriage laws. Let's change the marriage laws. They not don't want to change that. And she just wasn't bred to be a wife. She looks good. You know, she looks good. She looks the part, especially in her heyday. But listen to her talk. You're still talking about dating and you're fucking, 60 years old? How old is she? Like, bro, go pack it up. Because if you didn't really want to date, 52 years old, excuse me. If you didn't really want to date, you wouldn't complain about it. You know, I just want to, date younger guys, and because you want to get your back broken, and you want to have some type of control. But women are not meant to lead. Every woman lay a household. I'm telling you, it's a fucking problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. Listen to she talk. She's exhausted listening to her talk. Oh, I did this, and I like, bro, go pack it up. You're at 52. You're just a sexual fetish. That's it. You're just a sexual fetish. You're literally just a sexual fetish. That's it. You're literally just a sexual fetish. Nobody's going to take you serious. And it's okay. That just wasn't meant for what you was meant to be on this planet. She was fine as hell. Oh, damn, Tracee Ellis banging, you know what I'm saying? So now you want to just get your back broke in, have full control, but you're not going to be able to control. You're not going to be able to control those young men for long anyway. Women are not built to lead, bro. Look at the female households. They're not built to lead. So you can kind of see where she's the issue and where a lot of her problems lie at, bro. She's tired of even talking. She's exhausted, and you didn't want to be under leadership. You didn't want to listen to men. You didn't want to do what they told you to do. You felt like a possession. I get it. You want to do what you want to do, but then if you was able to control and tell a man to do what you want to do, you was going to be turned off because he wasn't a real man. The whole, oh man, he's gender fluid. He's not gender fluid. Like, nobody want to deal with that, Tracee. Nobody want to deal with that. Your attitude, you 52. Like, come on, who's wifing you? Nobody. A waste of a beautiful woman with an airhead. with an arrogance. I know people that met her and said she's arrogant. She's just not pleasant to be around. You do all that, get sex, and it's not worth it. You like, bro, like kick rocks. I feel like a possession, but then they want the benefits. They want the role of being a leader, but none of the accountability that come with it. That's why men of their stature go younger, and they mold these girls how they want to mold them. I need you to do this, that, and the third. This is what I don't need from you. Don't get no tattoos, no piercings. I want you to hold up like this, and if you do this, you'll get this, that, and the third. And that's what it is. Everybody not meant for that. So it is what it is, man. Check out the viral and entertainment playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the only link in the description, join the Patreon. Guarantee you won't disappoint. Be disappointed. Peace.